What's up, daddies? Welcome back to the Bad Dad Vice podcast. This episode is brought to you by Bierstick, the greatest way to consume up to 24 ounces of your favorite liquid of choice. As you can see, we have some Bierstick merch out here. We finally got our sponsorship merch in. The package arrived this morning, and we decided to air it on this episode. So without further ado, I'm going to take James's place and show you how a beer stick's really supposed to be done.
This is our contractually obligated one beer stick per episode that must be consumed, and it is consumed in that much time.
That was pretty
No
good.
time at all.
Smooth. Just like that.
It's incredible. Oh, I got a little dribble over here.
Little dribble.
Yeah.
And that's a fresh beer
That's
stick.
a fresh beer stick, freshly lubed up.
First one ever.
I have a quick beer stick story.
Okay.
By the way, the voice you're hearing, should we maybe intro the voice?
Yeah. Let's intro Mr. In case you haven't noticed, Abs is not here. He is still in North Carolina. That gentleman sitting over there, his name is William
Can
Wilson.
you stop swinging that beer stick? You're spilling beer all over the place. Jesus.
Sorry, I'm using it as like a pointer. Oh, great. Now it's all over the place.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Continue with your intro.
So we have Mr. William Wilson here. He is a father of one. Mr. William Wilson the fifth? Fiver?
Wow, nice.
The fifth.
So we got
he's got you beat. Yeah.
and a fifth. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I'm a
Love that.
He's the fourth.
Yeah, you're a fourth.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, we have Will here filling in for Abs. So we're making a little bad dad vice call to the bullpen here.
It's time for the Bad Dad Vice call to the bullpen.
Okay, and just so you know, like when you watch this, you're gonna be like, these graphics are terrible.
Yeah.
Wait a second. That is incorrect.
No, it's not. Oh, sorry. These graphics are phenomenal.
The graphics are very okay. They get the job done. They get the job done.
Yeah.
So Will, we've been trying to get you on this podcast for a little bit now. You finally committed.
Made it.
Yeah. Why don't you give us a little update? Like, tell us,
Okay.
your son's what? Tell us, how old's your son? We already kind of introduced him a little bit.
Right. William the Fifth. We are a little over 7 months now. I believe he's maybe 2 days younger than your twins.
Yep.
Which is really cool. Just
5 doors down from each other.
Yeah, like you guys are right down the hallway.
That's
so like
crazy.
That was like I don't know.
Yeah,
that
like
happened.
I remember sitting in the hospital and Carrie sent, his wife is Carrie, by the way. Carrie sent Emily a text of like a picture walking down a hallway. And Emily was like, no way, we're at the hospital too. Like, what hospital are you at? And like, that was how we found out that they were in the same.
crazy.
We were like, no way.
Yeah.
And like, they literally happened to be like 5 or 6 doors down from us.
Do you think Carrie will listen to this or no?
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to the
okay.
greatest wife of all time. For
Okay.
sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He gets it. He gets
Yeah.
it. All right, so
Absolutely.
more important than your wife and kid, tell us the beer stick story.
Yeah.
You said you had
Tell
a
us-
beer stick
yeah,
I
story.
did.
Yeah, let's hear
So
that.
I was actually introduced to the beer stick at Jameson's wedding.
Sounds about right.
We had a really awesome golf round that day. Great course, and actually played a good round. But on hole 18, so I was like kind of running from it a little bit. No, I was a little like, man, what is this, man? Baseball guys, they get after it. Like, I get it, right? I get it. And so I'm playing well, so I'm like, all right, guys, I don't want to completely, ruin things. And there's a really cool video. I got to send you guys. I still have it. I don't know if you guys still have it.
Oh, that would have been a great little like flash
I
up
should have.
on
Yeah,
the pod. You should have
I'm
sent
going
it.
to. I'm going to send it. Just for you
We're
guys
very
to
much
use
not
it.
prepared. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm going to send you guys
What
the
else is
video.
new?
So did my first beer stick ever. It was shaky to say the least. Like it was not nearly consumed as professionally as what you just displayed. But
Oh, yeah. Just a disclaimer. I am a professional beer sticker. So,
Okay.
Right.
okay.
yeah.
if
So,
you're a 10,
it's not always going to look like
Okay.
that for amateurs.
Results may vary.
Yes, for
Got
sure.
it. Yeah.
If you're a 10, mine was probably a 3. I think if you
Yikes.
at least get it down, like it's a 3.
Gets the job done.
I just got it. But I stepped up to the plate with the driver and smashed just a tight little 3-yard draw, probably like 290. I don't say 300 because no one ever believes anyone hits a 300.
Yeah.
So I just say 290. Beautiful shot. And
that's what the beer stick does.
It was an incredible experience. And now I'm
you heard it here first. If you rip a beer stick, you will drive the ball 300 yards. Well, at least 290.
300 yards with a nice little 3-yard draw. I mean, he remembers the shot.
And I don't even. That's not even my shot. So I mean, it was something I've never done before. I've been trying to recreate that swing.
The beer stick brings the best out in people.
It does.
I'm fully convinced.
I love that.
Still chasing it.
I love that. So much more important than talking about your wife and kids is just understanding the purity of a beer stick.
Yes, 100%.
How phenomenal of a drinking device it is. We do have another device. That's also on set.
Ever.
Before we get to Will and his story and his kids and wife, whatever. I guess I don't know why you're here talking about them.
We'll get this all out of the way.
Let's just get it out of the way now.
Right.
Yeah.
Thought we were gonna mid-roll it, but
no. Let's.
So yeah, inside of the merch package, we got sent another goodie from their store. I don't know if this is new or not. First time I'm seeing it, but this is called the Beer Bro, and this thing it basically has it's all. I don't know, but soft plastic. It's expandable, so it fits just
it's
about
silicone.
Silicone. That's the word.
I don't think you're drinking out of the plastic. Yeah. I don't think anybody's going. Let me drink out of this soft plastic.
Yeah. Anyways, it basically can fit just about any container. Like it'll even do
any
a bottle,
any vessel at all.
A bottle, a can. So the cool thing about this is it's got a one-way stop valve on the top, so you can put it in anything, and it's just going to vent it out. So. I don't know if you guys are shotgun aficionados. I mean, I know we all here are. But what's the only bad part about a shotgun is getting your keys out, popping the hole.
The spillage.
The spillage.
Yeah.
When you're done with it, then you got to put it in the trash area, and it has the hole. It starts leaking out everywhere.
Like, think about how many times you've done a shotgun and somebody has gone like, you didn't drink that shotgun. You just tilted the bottle, all spilled out. You know what I mean? Like people do that maneuver where they kind of like angle it and spill it. You right? No, you maybe.
Kidding me?
Yeah. Abs definitely.
Definitely will.
Will. Yeah, definitely will.
There's like the guy can't even beer stick. You think he can shotgun?
I spilled a shotgun or two in my day.
So this thing is going to keep you from spilling at all, and it's the newest product on the Bierstick website. Yeah. And if we have a promo code DADVICE DADVICE, go get you 20% off of this thing, a beer stick, whatever you need.
Yeah, and we'll show you how this thing works real quick. If I can't get this everywhere.
Yeah, go ahead. Here, so he is putting it up to his mouth. Check us out on YouTube. You can watch this in all its glory. He is just absolutely crushing a 16-ounce beer using this new device.
That's impressive.
Wow.
That's incredible.
That really is impressive.
Not a drop spilled?
One drop. Yeah. I'll give you one drop. But significant decrease in spillage.
And you can hear it. You can hear the air coming out. You can
hear the air like
this thing is wild.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
Cool.
So that is his at least second.
These beer stick guys really have drinking figured out.
That is Cardwell's at least
changing the game.
At least second of those of the night. So if the camera is a little shaky, if we're a little late on a couple transitions, that's probably why. We'll set that up front.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit of that. So what we usually do, Will, to start is we do a segment. Which is just basically updates, and so we'll run a little update segment and get updates on where we're all at with our kids.
All right.
So, anybody got any updates?
Yeah, I've got an update.
Oh boy, do I have an update for you.
Somebody give me a mother flipping update.
All right, so we'll get started. Guest of honor, I guess, right?
Yeah.
First
give
episode.
Give us a little
I'll lead
7-month.
Yeah. So what's going on?
Hit
right
us
now?
with the now, and then we'll go back to the past. After.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I'll lead off here. Probably over the last maybe 2 weeks, we've become forward mobile. So we're not full. We're not like hands and knees, just like getting there. But we are definitely moving.
Prevent defense time.
Yeah, we have like a baby. We call it baby jail, but
Yeah, it's like a dog
little
kennel.
Love that.
Sure, we just put him in there, and as long as Miss Rachel's on, he's pretty good.
My son did not discover Miss Rachel until quite a bit older.
Okay,
he was like after a year he got into Miss Rachel, but now he's like hardcore Miss Rachel fan.
I try to do the old school thing. Like I'm old school to a fault. So I'm like, no, he needs to be watching Winnie the Pooh. And Carrie, kind of gets it on the, no, this is what, and like she's 100% right. And so like, you know, I've broken down. So now I guess it's Miss Rachel. So I gotta come off the old school thing.
I'll tell you what, there's nothing wrong with the old school. There's some good stuff on there.
I
mean,
agree.
Winnie the Pooh is phenomenal.
Thank you. I agree with that.
I actually know 2 parents that say that their child learning to talk is like credited to Miss Rachel. Like watching Miss Rachel.
No, absolutely. Oh,
Yeah.
Miss Rachel's definitely more to the point. Like
Yeah.
as far as like development goes, for sure.
Yeah.
But that's not. Did you have Miss Rachel?
No, I
Right.
know.
See how old school I'm sounding there.
Yeah.
Okay, let me stop.
Did I have Miss Rachel? We're the same age.
No, that's
dude.
what I'm my point is.
But he also can't talk.
I also
very
can't
good.
talk.
He ain't good talking. So,
My point was.
bad example.
But boy, can he beer stick.
Yeah. Can rip a beer stick with the best of them.
He stick that hand in the honey pot. Let's go.
So with him starting to move, he's apparently learning the concept of distance. So now, like, and I didn't believe this until, again, she was like, Carrie's like, no, go around that corner. Now he, like, if you walk away, he understands because now he can move forward. So he's like, oh, no, I can't go that far that fast. So how are we going to keep up with each other?
Yeah.
And so he'll start to, especially go around a corner, unless you're talking to him, he'll, you can hear him moving or trying to move, but he's kind of throwing a fit a little bit. So we're kind of there now, which is pretty cool. It's a good step in the right direction, but it's a new step.
The other thing I'll say, don't rush and like be like, come on, yeah. Don't like encourage too much for the crawling because then it's like you can't just set them down anymore. They like start getting into stuff, and it's like then it's like the next step gets like harder and harder and harder, and then they're like Ivy's age, like a year and a half, and they're like running around and want to get into everything, pull the dog's tail, get in the dog's water bowl, whatever it is, and you're like, oh my gosh, it was so much easier when I could just like set you on the carpet, walk away, wash some dishes, come back, and he's like, you're still there, great, you haven't rolled over.
Yeah, that advice would have been nice. I think we already like pushed him to do that too quickly.
Like, but so you're not crawling yet, right?
No, we're not crawling yet.
Not that it's a competition. I know 2 days younger.
Oh God,
already crawling?
That just happened.
No, I mean, geez, let's go, get it going, dude. Come on.
That's
they're not crawling yet, but they are like getting into the crawl position.
Yeah.
And what we started doing is like putting their legs up and putting like a hand or something firm behind them and letting them get used to like that push off motion. So like both of them, if you do it, they both start to like push off to like reach for a toy or something like that. That, like you said, they're starting to recognize like the concept of distance and like stuff like that. So like they know, oh my God, I got to get there. How do I do it?
Yeah.
So they're starting to get there. And recently in the last probably 3 or 4 days, they both started like babbling back and forth to each other. Like one of them will start blah, 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 and then the other one will kind of like look at her and tilt her head and go blah, 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 and like almost like they're talking to each other.
Have you seen that thing where
insane.
like twins, they'll come up with their own language? Have you seen that?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Like
yeah.
they'll develop like their own words that like they know what they mean, but nobody else knows.
Yeah, like we've asked multiple. That's it right there.
No, yeah.
That's
I've heard that before, actually.
yeah. We've asked a few different twin parents, and they kind of all say the same thing. Is like, they know what each other are saying, even though you have no idea what they're saying. Like they'll be able to communicate with each other and like tell them like, hey, you go over there, and like the kid will leave, and you're like, what did you just say? Yeah. So like they're definitely starting to babble at each other a little bit. They're starting to crawl a little bit. Blake is saying "mama" pretty consistently.
Nice.
Pretty annoying, actually.
Wait, is she really?
Yeah, she doesn't do it like. You can't like point to Emily and say "mama" and then she says it.
Yeah,
but like
that's what the sound is.
Yeah, she'll sit there and she'll just go like "mama, mama."
Wow,
like that.
Wow.
And like there was one day that I was sitting over the top of her like "dada, dada," and she would just look at me and go "mama."
I feel like
I
feel like the two easiest sounds to say are like "da da," like just that sound and "mama," which might be where mom and dad come from. If it is, like, sorry, I didn't Google it, but. Yeah, but that was a sound. Like Ivy was the same way. I think he did a lot of like that mumbling that kind of just sounded like.
So I actually saw something the other day. The reason why mama actually comes out usually first in a way that you can actually get them to say their first words, because of the way that you have to say the mama. If you put their like arm or something on your mouth and you do the they can feel the vibration and they kind of register it, and then they register like vibrate and mouth closed. That makes them
interesting. Yeah, Ivy was not like he didn't get great at mama and dada as like he knows it's mama and dada until like well after a year.
Yeah.
It was well after
like
a year. But now what I'll do is I'll drive home and I'll be like, who do you love more, mama or dada? And it's like, then he'll say, dada. And Megan will be on the phone like, don't do that. Don't teach him that. He said it.
They definitely don't. They can't correlate the word with the person, right? But like, she's definitely saying it. We have a ton of videos from the first couple of times she said it.
Gotta buy cloud storage.
Actually, yeah, we were just talking about that today. Emily's like, it's only $2.99. Buy the
I
cloud
have-
storage.
It's worth it. It's worth it. It's super cheap.
Underrated, overrated. Cloud
Underrated.
storage.
How about just delete all your freaking apps, man? Like I was looking at my phone before this. I'm like, I have a Jersey Mike's app. I don't even have Jersey Mike's rewards. Like, why do I have the app?
Dude, I think
Underrated.
I think over weight. If you have the Jersey Mike's app, are you under or overweight? You're definitely overweight if you have the Jersey Mike's app.
But trending in the right direction right now.
Direction.
I'm down 15 pounds in the last 2 weeks and 3 days.
Oh shit.
That's
So-
attributable to
The keto diet.
keto, man.
Yeah.
Are you really?
I've been doing.
Low carb.
It's more of like a dirty.
likes.
Yeah, it's more of like a dirty keto, because I still have carbohydrates but I'm trying to I'm not doing like the full grass-fed beef and all that.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just like
sure.
give me a freaking steak. I don't care
Right, yeah.
where it's from.
But you're like crushing chicharrones.
Oh, baby! I made some fire
I don't
chicken the
care.
other night.
I don't care what my food ate. I
Yeah.
don't care my food ate grains.
Yeah, I don't give a damn what my food ate.
Yeah, so you're down. Abs was down. I don't know. He lost like 10 in a week or something crazy. I'm down over 25, and you're down over 15.
Right at
Are
15.
you all on the keto?
I started it, and then he jumped on, and
Nice.
you're kind of doing it now.
Yes, I haven't jumped fully on board. Also, I haven't lost as much weight. Granted, I don't think I have as much.
You don't
to
have.
lose.
I think we can admit you don't have as much to lose.
Yeah, but
Fair enough.
I
I would agree.
yeah,
I'll admit it.
but I have started doing more like now that I'm home for 7 weeks. Like I had Tiff buy like 4 or 5 different 1 pound ground turkey, ground beef things.
Yeah.
So I've just been making that for lunch and just doing like cheeseburger bowls, stuff
Yeah.
like that. And my body is really weird stuff. Like my water weight just fluctuates so much. Like I told you last week, I lost like 7 pounds, 8 pounds in 2 days.
Yeah.
And then it stays off for a while and then it'll pop back up.
I'm
and
still
come
not
down.
totally convinced that the 25 pounds I've lost isn't just water weight.
Yeah,
Like I think I've lost 25 pounds of water.
maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
I've definitely
Because like the way I'm eating,
Yeah.
3 eggs or whatever, 3 pieces of bacon, cheese in the morning, some chicharrones and pimento cheese on the side, and then you're like,
So
how is this a diet?
How,
Yeah.
does how do the
Qualify.
pants,
So I'm
how do the
down-
pants feel?
How do the pants feel?
Yeah.
I mean, I've definitely lost weight. Like it's
yeah.
I feel like it's
That's awesome.
I
working for
I
sure.
moved
Weight.
a different notch on my belt this morning. That made me
Yeah.
feel pretty good.
I don't wear a belt. 'cause I work
But
from
I
home, but
I
Swear sweatpants.
you wear the blankie.
Swear,
You
like,
wear
the blanket.
blankie.
I got a blankie and a Columbia shirt on.
Yeah.
So it's like hard to
No, it's really hard to fathom that I've been actually losing weight because like I feel like I'm actually eating more food.
Yeah.
So like for dinner last night, I literally made 8 eggs.
Do you diet or anything or no? Are you like you're just naturally pretty fit?
No. I gain for me. I just fluctuate, and it goes the same way. I gain about 15 pounds every like basketball season.
Oh yeah, you don't get it.
You don't get it.
Yeah, 15 pounds, you don't get it.
Wait, basketball season mean like the NBA season or like coaching?
during my,
season?
yeah,
Coaching,
my coaching. Yeah, my coaching season.
15 pounds, you don't get it.
Yeah,
I gained 50 pounds.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so that's. I mean, we can start. Did you have any updates?
I have
real quick.
one, but I mean,
ahead.
I can.
No. Let's get it up.
Let me
Yeah,
get-
go ahead.
okay,
Give us an
so
update.
this past weekend we went to Orlando to do Universal and to do a little Collecticon like convention in the Orlando. What is it? The Orange County Convention Center.
Yeah.
If you have not been to the Orange County Convention Center, it is unreal. That building, like you're walking over this little, I don't even know what it is, an overpass over one of the rooms, and you look out, it looks like you're in like a Star Wars, Death Star, like with like a hangar bay. It's like this. These rooms are enormous. So we did that, but the update is that Ivy on the way down, we got a shot for. whatever his last shot is of like this cycle of, this and that, he's like good for a couple years. He got a shot Friday morning. Then we drove down, and when we were like 20 or 30 minutes out of Orlando, he puked in his on himself in the car seat. All he had was like Pringles and water, and we're like, I guess he was like asleep. And then as soon as he woke up, I was like, all right, I'm gonna stop at the rest stop because he just woke up, and it was like within 5 minutes of him being up, 10 minutes of him being up, he just threw up on himself. And we're like, God, what the heck, man? Like, just water and Pringles, like nothing crazy. It's just pretty easy. It should be easy on the stomach. So we get him cleaned up. The car seat's like wrecked, but like you just throw some towels down. You're like, we'll figure it out. We're in Orlando. We got to figure it out. We were going directly to Universal. So like, we're like, oh my God, is he going to be like sick and like keep puking? Is he going to be able to keep liquids down? Like whatever. So we're like, all right, well, let's just continue with our plan, see how he goes. He's great. He's phenomenal. He's like, all right, well, this must have been just like a weird one-off thing, right? Like puked, whatever. Do Universal, walk around for a couple hours at the end of the day, go back to the hotel, and then we're going to do the convention Saturday and Sunday, and the plan is to go to the park on Monday. Saturday, wake up, go to the convention. We got to wait in line, this massive line. It's crazy. I still can't believe how many people were at this thing. And he's just sitting in his stroller. Everything's fine. He has like playing with his little bladeless fan, playing with his toys, and midway in the line, he just vomits on himself again. And we're all wearing matching Ivysaur shirts. It's like awesome. And then he's like, "Not anymore, buddy. You're putting on the backup outfit."
Did you take your pictures already? Or?
We
weren't in yet.
We did not take a picture.
You're gonna put me in that Columbia shirt, buddy.
It's like, so we did it again, and we're like, "What the heck? Like this is crazy." After he was done, he's totally fine again. He's like just happy and running around, whatever. So we do the convention on Saturday. Go out. I want to say we went out. Megan is going to yell at me for getting this wrong, but I think we went out to dinner that night. Yeah, we went out to dinner that night, and then we're like, all right, I hope he's fine. Hope he's going to be fine. Eat the dinner. We went to Olive Garden. Let's go.
Unlimited breadsticks.
Let's go.
Keto, right? Perfect for the keto diet.
No.
No, I know.
No.
I was on a break.
He's on a break.
No, I know. Could not be less perfect.
I was on a break. It was delicious. Chicken Parmesan. And then like we go to Olive Garden. As soon as we're done with Olive Garden, the hotel's like 5 minutes down the road. We swing into a gas station or a Walgreens, grab some drinks, and go back to the hotel. By the time we get back to the hotel, we take him out of the car, and he gets on the pavement, vomits again. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Now we're like legit like concerned. Like this is crazy. Like something's got to be like wrong here.
Yeah.
He is fine afterwards. We go do another day of the convention. He doesn't puke. The next day, I want to say in the morning, he puked again before we went to the theme park. And then we got back on Monday, and then like we thought everything was good. And then Tuesday, he puked again in the morning on Tuesday. So we had to take him into the doc, and they were just like, I guess it's pretty normal. It's gastroenteritis. Kids get it. It's going around. And I'm like, so for 4 days, they just randomly puke, like
just out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, they just vomit.
Dude,
Tuesday was the worst because he was like so hungry, and he wanted to eat so bad. And so all I'm giving him is like a Pedialyte popsicle. That's a pro tip. Have Pedialyte popsicles at all times so that if they have a upset stomach or whatever, teething, also they can chew on it.
Okay.
Good to have them. But like he was like so hungry, like screaming at me, like give me food. And I was just like feeding him Cheerios one at a time, like trying to keep him from puking. But yeah, it was like the craziest weekend of like, I guess this is like, as a parent, you're like, I don't know if this is supposed to be happening. We called the doctor's office, and like that weekend they were like, they literally we want to talk about freaking out. They were like, what shots did he have?
Oh,
we're like, this shot. And they're like, oh, because if he had this other shot, you got to go to the ER like right now. We're like, what? Yeah, like that shot could cause kidney failure, but this other shot should be fine. We're like, they're like, let me go check with the doc. We'll call you back. We're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, are you serious? So like we were like freaking out for a solid, 20, 30 minutes or whatever, going like, what the fuck? What shot did he fucking have? Did he have the wrong shot? Jesus Christ. But he was fine otherwise. It wasn't like he was actually experiencing like these crazy symptoms until we got back to Jacksonville And that Tuesday, that's when he was like really kind of like moany, and like that morning it was. I mean, he woke up in the morning, chugged a glass of water, and before he could even start eating breakfast, he like everything came out again, like just clear water everywhere. Yeah, so I stayed home. I got the bug too that day, so I was also vomiting on Tuesday. Megan stayed home from work. I stayed home from work. I stayed home from work.
Jeez.
Yeah, so that's what you guys have to look forward to.
Dude, I had the whatever stomach bug was going around like a month ago.
Oh, we probably should have played the intro. We have an intro for Sick Kids. Should we just play it
I was
now?
thinking about it.
This is such a stupid intro.
I think we need to go to the hospital.
Damn, that would have been a good intro to play.
What the hell?
I didn't want to interrupt.
I was like, what is this thing? What are we doing?
Wow. That
What's
one I
going
didn't-
on?
I was warned. I didn't know. I didn't. Okay.
So like, yeah, so get like for Sick Kids though, like you said you're in daycare now.
Yeah.
Has he picked up anything yet? Or
He gave us probably.
Hands up, because it's time to call daycare.
Okay, I think we've exhausted every fucking sound, every fucking intro, and this whole dang soundboard. So you're in daycare.
Probably the first month, he gave Carrie and I like the worst bug.
I got
Was it that stomach bug thing?
Oh yeah, it was terrible.
Oh, bro.
Oh, yeah.
We had our kids aren't even in daycare, but we were at a party with 40 kids that
Yep.
are in daycare.
Yep.
And we came home, like everything was fine like that day. The next day we went to go feed Blake and she just like projectile vomited everywhere. Or no, it was that night she projectile vomited. The next morning, we put her down to sleep like, hey, I'll check her, every so often, whatever. The next morning, same thing, projectile vomiting everywhere. We're freaking out. We call the pediatrician on a Saturday. They're like, oh yeah, like, if she doesn't hold anything down by like 1 o'clock, like maybe go to the ER just to have her checked out. So at like noon, we're feeding her again, and she throws up all over me again. And I'm like, okay, I guess we need to go to the ER. And Emily's like, oh, let's stop by the pediatrician first, like blah blah blah. So we stop by the pediatrician. They're like, yeah, just try and give her Pedialyte. It's a stomach bug. It's just going around. Like,
Yeah.
So we had to give both of them Pedialyte because Riley got it, and then Emily and I got it. And dude, it was like, I came home from work on like a Wednesday afternoon, and like I had felt fine all day. And at 5 o'clock, it was like somebody flipped a light switch. I literally ran out in my backyard and threw up everywhere.
crazy.
Yeah.
What did I
Gnarly.
get? I didn't get chicken pox. What was it? It was
Hand, foot, and mouth.
Hand, foot, and mouth.
I got hand, foot, and mouth, dude.
Wait,
From my kid gave me hand, foot, and mouth.
I really laugh because I didn't.
At
I thought
daycare,
that was,
like so,
for
the
I thought
kids
babies got
kids
that.
get it. I never got like chicken pox as a kid or hand, foot, and mouth or any of this stuff. So I didn't have a good, I guess, immune
Wait,
system.
you
or-
never got chickenpox?
never got it as a kid.
Trey, Trey's got a big thing for toes, so he just kind of like gave it to
Big
himself,
foot.
I think.
Big foot guy.
You big foot mouth
Hand,
guy?
foot, and mouth.
Big foot in the mouth guy.
Yeah. That's what it was. I was sucking on feet, and it was just it gets you every once in a while.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I got that bad, like so bad, like I couldn't swallow because like my lymph nodes were all swollen up, and I passed out. Now, you hear the story or no?
No, I didn't know.
Oh, dude.
I got it so bad, and I
I'm
was
just
sick.
learning adults could even get that.
Yeah.
Just
So
now.
I had it like I had like the bumps like I had like the bumps all over me, and I was like so sick for a week, and I recovered, and I was good for a week, and then I got it again or something similar, some other virus like
With
I was,
an already weakened immune system.
like I was already like weak from like the past. I was like only healthy for like 5 days in between, and then I was sick for like another like 3, 4, 5 days, and I wasn't drinking enough. So I woke up in the middle of the night. I went to the bathroom, like out like in the kitchen. Like I went to like the bathroom that's not in there because I'm not like disturbing Megan. And then I'm like, all right, on my way back, I'm gonna grab some water. As I leave the bathroom to like turn the corner and go into the kitchen and get water, I just black out and pass out. My chest hits the counter. Like I stumble forward, my chest hits the counter, and I go backwards, and like the back of my head hits the floor. So I didn't hit any corners. My face didn't hit the counter, but like I was passed out as I'm turning the corner. I passed out. So like I have it on video. Like I have like the video of it, so I saw what happened. So I know that's what happened. But like as I like, so I'm passed out there, and then I like come to a little bit, I think, and I call to Megan. And like I guess she probably heard the commotion anyway. So like she comes out, I pass back out, and then so then I'm like laying back, and I snore pretty good anyway because I'm a big dude. So I'm like choking / snoring, like not breathing almost. So then Megan's like freaking out, called 911.
Oh,
Everybody,
jeez.
they came and like they
This
were
is like 4 a.m.
It's like 4. It's like 4 a.m. and like I had blood on my head, and like I think I don't even know. I might have like I don't know if I passed out a third time, but I think I was just like up and like aware, and yeah, they had to come and take me out on a stretcher, and Robo had to come and like watch Ivy as like I went to the hospital.
That's a scene. How long ago was this?
This was right around nowish for you guys, right? I mean, it would have been
Yeah, like he was probably like 6 months oldish.
Oh wow.
no, I
somewhere-
wanna say- yeah, a little bit, probably a little bit later
Maybe
because he would have
maybe
been
a little later, yeah,
in
because he was in daycare.
So I want to say it's like
Yeah,
'cause
'cause, like,
months.
Megan called me. My phone is always on silent at night, and I don't know if it was like the light from my phone that woke me up, but I just like happened to roll over and look at my phone
Right.
and like see that she was coming. Like, what the fuck, dude? It's 4 a.m. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I answered, I'm like, hey, what's up? She's like, hey, and she was like super calm on the phone. Hey, can you come over and hang out with Ivy for a little bit? Trey fell. Like, we need to go to the hospital. And like, I'm just like, oh yeah, no problem. Like,
Wow.
let me throw my stuff on. I came right over, and I
Trey's
get here.
dying.
Yeah, I get here, and there's like an ambulance out front. There's 45 paramedics in the house.
Chaos.
I'm like, oh
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
So,
That
yeah,
was fucking. Dude, that was wild. Dude. And I just went to the hospital and they gave me like 3 bags of fluid. I didn't pee, so like I was like super dehydrated. And then I didn't have any shoes on, any shirt on, nothing. And they're like, well, I guess you can go. We ran all the tests. Everything seems fine. And I was like, so I just walk out and they're like, yep. And I just like walked out of the hospital with like
Looking like a homeless
no shoes
person.
on, no shirt on, like looking sickly. And the whole I'm like, just get me out of here. I'm like walking through the parking lot. It's like 9 a.m. People are like walking into work and I'm like waving to them as I walk to walk to the car and go home.
that was
yeah,
that was when I
that's-
found out your daycare is like Fort Knox trying to get in there.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's oh my
Did
god.
you have to take?
Yeah,
Ivy
so yeah, I ended up taking his son to daycare, like to drop him off, because
Right.
Megan was like, "Hey, like, hang out with him till like 9:30 ish if you can, and then drop him off and we'll pick him up later." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, like, let me know if you need me to go pick him up too, or like just give them a heads up so they don't think I'm trying to like steal somebody's kid."
Right.
And yeah, I went to go drop him off, dude, and like they have like pin pads just to get into the first door, to get into the pin pad for the second door, to get to the intercom system to talk to the counter lady. I'm like, somebody just fucking let me. I'm trying to drop a kid off here.
Right.
Like,
I'm
I'm
not
not
taking
taking
one
one.
out,
I'm
right?
giving you one. Like,
But yeah, so daycare sickness is fucking real, dude.
Oh,
like you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it good. You're gonna get it good. I have a feeling. I have a
Why?
feeling because your kids haven't gone to daycare or anything.
no,
So like once they're exposed to other kids and they start building their immune systems, you're gonna get it good,
I don't
dude.
get sick, bro.
You're
Oh
Dude.
man, find something.
you're like a
Just do it right now.
he's like a prime man flu kind of a guy. I'm so sick. Help me.
Did you just become a complete just like you're just
No.
like you
Yeah.
just curl? I do see that, Chad.
Yeah, like-
where you
Make me some chicken noodle
like,
soup.
where you
No.
just
Ask Emily. When I get sick, I do very rarely get sick, but I think it's because like a lot of times when I get sick, like my dad was always just like, "Dude, shut the fuck up, you're not sick."
Yeah.
So it was like one of those things that like I always just never thought I was sick, but like when I do get sick, it's typically pretty bad, but it's only bad for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
So like even when I had COVID,
I was
it was
sick like a lot my childhood, and it kind of like built my immune system. And then I didn't get sick a lot like in my I don't remember being sick very much like in my
all the
20s.
booze.
Like the booze like
kills
kills bacteria.
Bierstick, great for that.
But then like in the last like 3-4 years, and especially like since Ivy, and I've gotten like a lot of man flu. Like I'm sick. Like Tuesday was one of them where I'm like, dude, like I feel like I'm gonna like I'm just like I got motion sickness just laying in bed. Like I was like, and I feel bad because Megan's watching Ivy, and I'm like just laying in bed going like I can't sleep, I can't do anything. If I stand up, I'm gonna vomit.
yeah.
But whatever, man flu. I don't care.
Carbo, you got anything?
No,
No, I'm just listening to you
I'm
guys.
just hanging out.
I mean, not after Trey almost dying.
Not
Uh,
after
Yeah,
man
he's gonna
flu.
go
all I know, yeah. He's
Great audio.
you got me all flustered over here. Anyways,
So Will, just so you know, it's very tough to work the board and also like think on the fly.
Yeah.
But then when you add in another variable of like 3 of these guys right here,
well, plus a good story.
yeah. Plus like a pretty lengthy.
I will
lengthy
say,
story.
Tiff, like balls crying if Landon cries the wrong tone.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not looking forward to the first time he's actually sick because she's just going to lose her mind.
Oh wow.
Absolutely lose her mind.
You got a little bit of time, but
there definitely are different tones to the cry too. Like,
have you noticed that? Tones?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Tones.
Yeah,
And
there's a whine like, hey, I just want attention, and then there's a hey, like something's wrong. Like,
oh
yeah.
The only other thing I had, I think he's just a little bit over 3 months now. I think he's finally figuring out how to be bored.
Oh, okay.
Because he's got cries for like, something has to be wrong, and then sometimes it's just like, you're just fucking bored, aren't you? And then it's like you do anything with him and nothing works. Try to put him to sleep, doesn't work, and then you just like hold him and just like bounce him around a little bit, and he's just chilling. I'm like, you little bastard! Like you're just sick of sitting there or like playing with your toys.
Yeah, it's like they're crying just because they want attention.
Yeah,
like they want you to pay attention.
Oh,
to
these
them.
fucking kids! That's all they want's attention.
Yeah,
get out of here.
It's crazy.
Really,
get out of
seriously.
here.
The last 2
You gotta
days,
do the dishes, man.
the last 2 days I picked up Ivy. He's like doesn't run to me. It's the first time he hasn't run to me in daycare. He just looks at me like, I think I remember you dropping me off, and I don't fucking like that. Like, I think he's just now realizing that, like, wait a minute, I used to forget. I'm not forgetting anymore. So he like gives me the eye. So yesterday the teacher was like, come on. He was like, no, I don't want to. And then today I was like, come on, let's go, buddy. And he did it again. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll just leave. And as soon as I turned around to walk away, he's like, no. And then he ran over.
Called his bluff.
Yeah, I called his bluff. It was good.
Got to.
All right. So now that we got all that out of the way, I think it's about time to get to our guest of the day. So Will, we like to start at the very beginning for all this stuff. So can you just tell us, your hospital experience, everything that went down while you were there, any crazy stories? Did you have a good bag packed?
Yeah, like what are some necessities in your hospital bag for prospective dads out there? What are some things that are must-haves at the hospital, in your opinion?
Some must-have. All right, so one, I'm really bad at that kind of stuff. Again, Carrie's the one going through hell, and she pretty much had it together. I guess for my job was just to make sure like what isn't in there.
You like carry
just like
carry
be
the
there.
bag.
Just like be there.
Like hey, Will,
Literally do anything.
Yeah, like show up on time. Like that's it.
I gotta give her credit. Like she
He stopped sucking up. She's definitely
dude.
First
like,
of all,
no,
she's
no,
actually
she
hold
got-
on.
How far into this episode are we?
No, listen.
I know
listen.
I know where he's going.
She
my
is gonna.
wife-
She's not gonna be watching this 40 minutes in. She's gonna
No,
stop 25
Francis,
minutes in.
My wife had lunch with Carrie today.
Oh boy.
She watches the podcast.
Oh.
And you know what's funny is I asked Emily, I'm like, oh, what was like her favorite thing? She said the point system. She's like, Will has no fucking points. I'm like, wait a second.
Hold on a second, brother.
Yeah, he's got some points.
It's true. Like if you guys saw how it works, I mean, it's like
Oh, that's
she
so
does a
funny.
good job. But I would say something that was super important for me, and it's gonna sound however it sounds, but my AirPods and my phone and charger just ready to go. Like I watched almost, no, not all. We were in the hospital for a little while. Carrie was in labor for a while. We went through a whole, like she wasn't very dilated when we got in, but we couldn't go past the due date. Because I don't know if you guys knew or know, we had a loss at 5 months before William was born. So like we had gone through like, all of that stuff. So, the whole
We weren't
thing,
risking anything.
yeah. I mean, the whole thing was, we're, checking the heartbeat every, I mean, it was a crazy experience. So that, anyways, I'm not gonna go into that, but having my entertainment ready to go because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know, the movies, and outside of that, man, I don't know if you know really much what's.
It almost
like.
also helps to just kind of, when you know it's going to be a long thing, to just dissociate for a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you're there, but you can only have that focus for so long, and then it's like you really want to have those moments of actually being there.
Yeah.
And if you're just trying to like fake it for that long, it's like
That's
you just
right.
almost need to dissociate for a minute
That's right.
and then get back in.
Yeah.
Do dudes that are like in shape, do they pack snacks?
Yeah, did you have a good snack package?
Did
What
I
was
have
your
a
snack? What was your
snack
snack
package?
Dried
situation?
fruit.
Like, I need to know.
Oh
this.
no! Oh, we stopped at Wendy's on the way. Carrie's got a great picture.
He likes Wendy's.
I'm a Wendy's guy. There's a joke there that
I'll
tell you after. I'll tell you after.
Cannot wait to hear this.
All right. So you stopped at Wendy's on the way to the hospital. You stopped.
We did. That was the final meal. That was our last meal together.
Was it the one right across the street there?
Yes.
Yeah, I hit that joker up about 50 times.
Okay, here we go. All right, that's very nice. So I'm sorry. No, actually, it wasn't that one. There's one in World Golf Village. It gave me enough time to where I was.
So you were fully like stocked up on the way in the door, which is good.
I was because I just didn't. Good. Again, you don't know. I don't know how this is going to go down. I don't know if I can leave.
But your go bag wasn't pre-stocked. You didn't pre-stock snacks.
No, I didn't have. I don't.
Yeah,
oh,
skinny guys, bro. They don't get it.
Carrie had like some pop. We had some stuff.
Some popcorn. Get out of here.
Like a big bag of the.
Get out of here.
Popcorn, dude. My snack bag had pub subs.
This guy ate so many. This guy ate so many cashews. He thought he was gonna die.
I ate so many cashews. I'm pretty sure I was a petroleum source for cars at one point. I could have ran a diesel.
He was
engine.
producing oil.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
America was gonna invade his asshole.
Cardinal's not a fan of electric cars.
Oh my god,
that's greatness.
That's so funny. He's like, you're dying over there, huh, pal?
That was so good.
All right.
Yeah.
Man.
So no, that was. I mean, I didn't realize it was going. I didn't realize that it could potentially be as long as it was.
Right, yeah.
I thought it was like, hey, it's. I don't know what anything means. I'm like, hey, we're here. It's about to go down, and then we were there for 3 days.
And that's also like a good point.
In fairness to like my snackage that I packed, we got there 2 days before them and left 2 days after them. I was there a long time. I needed the fuel.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Right. Yeah. Right. I mean, I guess
I needed the Wendy's drive-through people to know me by name.
Yeah. But that is true. Like for anybody that doesn't have kids yet or whatever, that's worried about the hospital experience. I don't think anybody goes into it like knowing what's going to happen, and then everybody's experience is just different, right?
Yeah.
It's like some people have blood pressure issues or this or that, or they're dilated. Like Megan was like already dilated like enough to where they were like, yeah, you're going to be definitely good for a natural birth. And then it was like, no, you're not, because your kid's head is way too big. So C-section. It's like, all right. So yeah, that's nobody goes into it knowing what's going to happen. So don't freak out for any dads out there, future dads that are like, I wonder how, like, what else can I do?
You'll never know until you
just
know.
pack some cashews, but not too many cashews.
I think the craziest thing.
Don't go to Costco for
go.
cashews.
Yeah. I think the craziest thing about like the birth experience from like a guy's perspective is like you guys were saying, like you want to be there for the whole thing and all that. When you get home, that immediate like adrenaline crash is like no joke.
Oh yeah.
Like I was so lucky that my parents and Emily's parents were here, so it was like they said, hey, go take.
Do you guys
a
have
nap
family
for
in
a little
town
bit.
or?
Yeah, Carrie's parents live.
Carrie's parents?
Jacksonville, Deer
Yeah,
Creek.
good.
So I mean, like they're right down the street.
Yeah.
Nice.
But like I called, I talked to Will when I was at Baptist, and I told him when I was at Baptist that entire first day, I slept probably 20 hours of that first day because of the 36 hours, 2 days of labor. And then, there was nothing I could do. Like the nurses, the NICU nurses were taking care of everything. So I was just literally like, I would wake up and then I would see a nurse in the corner of the room, like feeding the baby. And then I would like just black back out. Yeah. And then I would wake up again and there'd be something else going on. Yeah. And then eventually they were like, all right, well, everything's going good. She's like, do you want us to like give you some, like teach you how to do some of this stuff? And I was like, yeah.
The other thing that's crazy about those rooms is like the windows are like always like shut. So like you don't even like know what time it is. It's just like a dark room of like infinite time.
We had a pretty good window in ours.
I kept having to tell Emily like, hey, I need to go just like walk outside for like 5 minutes. Yeah. Like just go walk around. I would just literally just go walk around the parking lot. Just get outside air and
dude,
like
you were
see
in there
the sun.
for you. Like your experience was.
Yeah, it was. We were there for a long time.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah, but it was also like from when we got there, like we had a scheduled C-section. So like that day at noon that we got there, we had the kids.
That's true.
Yeah.
So it's like it wasn't like I was sitting waiting around like while she's in labor and stuff like that. So like when I got there, it was like there was no downtime.
It was
there
going
was
down.
just 2 screaming babies the whole time we were there too.
So I think I'd like to shift gears a little bit. Like we talked a lot, about wives and kids. Let's talk about sports, maybe. Will, you want to talk a little bit about golf?
I'm a sports guy.
Want to talk golf?
We can go golf.
Do you want to talk a little bit about maybe like any golf tournaments that you know about?
I do know about one that is pretty good. Probably been doing it for about, I think this was our 6th or 7th year. This year, it's gotten better every year, but this year was in Palm Springs. So that was pretty cool. I'd actually never been to California. So first time going all the way out west. Great tournament. It's usually about 16. I think we might have been one short this year, but 16 guys, and it's a 3-day tournament, and it's a add 'em up every day. I mean, it's not like any like games where someone can kind of carry you. It's kind of a pretty tense thing. I mean, and guys are competitive, so it's a good time.
So you guys don't have any like maxes on holes or anything, do you? Like if you shoot a 22 on a hole, like you get 22 on your score, or do you use the handicap to net it down?
So
What's the name?
Yes and
What's the
no.
name of the tournament?
Yeah, what's the name of the tournament?
So
let's do the name of the tournament.
it's
Tell
called
us about this
it's called the
whole
Reunion Championship. The Reunion Club is the name of like the group. And it started, like I said, like probably about 6 years ago. We kind of got official. And so every year on Memorial Day weekend, we choose a different city to go to in golf. And as we've gotten better and gotten more like into the game, the city and the golf has gotten a little bit more serious. So it starts right, like most of us are in Florida. Let's go play a couple rounds in Orlando, and then we probably weren't even taking the golf. It was probably more of a guy's trip that like we had to make sure that we golfed every day. And it evolved as we've gotten more into it to like then it became, we're gonna go to Edgewood and Lake Tahoe, and then we're gonna go to Palm Springs and play the PGA West course, and we went to Scottsdale the last year, which was the one that you had to drop out of. But shout out Ryan. We had a qualifier.
So he's not allowed back in the tournament now.
Wait,
What's the deal here?
So Ryan was actually the first ever qualifier for this tournament. Like this thing started to grow, and as people started to ask about it, we had, and everyone's got their own friends. Like you guys would be my friends. I'm like, hey, my friends want to play. Well, other guys got their friends that want to play. So we're like, you know what? Let's have a qualifier, and we did a qualifier at Deer Creek.
So you keep it capped at 16?
We do for now, but it was at 12 like before we started to get the interest, and then the 16th. So I can see this thing growing, and they do a really good job at making it bigger. And like there's different levels of what this was even supposed to be within the group. There's
like you guys have like an LLC and everything set
we're
up.
We're a 501c3 company,
so
we get sponsored. We get
501c3. Is that a nonprofit?
Not for profit.
Yeah.
So we also the invitational that we're having on Labor Day weekend, we actually donate to the First Tee. So we have everyone bring in like your clubs from the garage, or your golf polos that maybe you don't wear anymore, and then we donate all of that to the First Tee. So I mean it's a pretty cool.
Is there anywhere that if any viewer that's listening wants to like learn more about it or donate or help out or anything like that? Any websites or links or anything?
Instagram at the Reunion Club, and that'll give you everything you need to know. It'll take you to our website. It'll pretty much just give you the whole rundown. It's got great media coverage on there, so you can see exactly what's going on. It's pretty cool.
It's really cool how they do the whole event. So like I follow along with it every year. I think since like the second or third year it was when you guys started actually like filming it and like having like a professional film crew almost out there filming every shot. All this, like they have drone flyovers. It's wild. Yeah. So like I started following it on Instagram and stuff, and like the actual like coverage of it is a lot of fun to watch because like I also know most of those guys, so like it's a lot of fun to see, like, because I'm like, oh come on, like Blake Taylor wins. Are you freaking kidding me, man? Like,
no man, no, it's pretty cool. Like I said, we got guys that have different ideas. Like there's probably 3 or 4 of us in the original group that just kind of always thought this was just going to be a guy's golf trip. But then there was like 5 or 6 guys that are kind of in the media thing, and they're like, no, we can
I love that.
really make this.
We thought we were going to do like 4 podcasts.
Oh, I was just about to say, kind of like your podcast, where like maybe it was like, hey, we're just gonna whatever, and then all of a sudden now you got like a beer stick like spot. Now it's like
Yeah.
What the hell? Like,
Yeah, like,
and then it just
where are
kind
we
of.
at?
So now, what are we doing? And then
Yeah.
so the same thing happened to us, where we got some sponsorships and some pretty awesome people that want to get involved with it, and so it's kind of like really grown it. And
yeah.
So
I can't take credit for it.
there's a possibility that next year's event could have a qualifier that people could play in to get into this thing.
Oh, it already
one
has one.
1,000. We already
Or there
have
will
one.
be next year. There will be a qualifier. And that one's on. You said Labor Day. Is that?
So Labor Day is the invitational, which
Got
is
it.
where we give back to the first tee. But as we generate interest, like the way that we have, that's when like everybody kind of comes together and says, hey, we need to find like a central location where we can just do like a qualifier, and we'll add another foursome. So now we'll go to 20 guys, and then and it's pretty cool. I want to say when you qualified, there was 10, I think
it was,
so the guys
yeah.
in the turn like that are already
It was 10 because then there was 2 people that qualified
That's
to
right.
like go to the Scottsdale trip.
Yeah.
And then there was like, because I mean, I showed up at this qualifier thing thinking like, oh, they're gonna have like 2 foursomes out there, bro. There was like legitimately 24 people out there playing to like try and get into this tournament.
I love that.
Like, yeah, it's just like a bunch of dudes that like they all know somebody that's in the group, and like everyone was like, yeah, fuck, like let's do it. Like, let's try and qualify and go on this trip. And like I was like super bummed because I actually qualified to go on the trip and had to give my spot up to one of the guys that finished like just behind me, and then he ended up winning the freaking thing.
Yeah.
So one thing that I wanted to ask you about, we were talking about point systems. So how does Carrie do with all this? I know now you guys have this
Break down what the
big
point system is for Will a little bit.
Well, the point system is you're always negative. That's basically the point system.
Am I always climbing out of the hole?
Yeah,
Is that
you're
what this
always
is?
you're just in the trenches. Just draw the line and just keep crawling. And so basically, the ever battle of getting points to do things, and your wife not wanting to murder
Basically,
you
you
at
like
the end of the day.
it's like earning points, right? To like cash your points in to
Sure,
go do
sure.
an
Oh, yeah.
event.
So
like,
this is
I changed the diaper. Or,
Right.
I
Of
took
course.
the kid today. You could get your hair done, like
Yeah,
that kind of
absolutely.
stuff.
So this has
Absolutely.
become a pretty big thing now. So you have a pretty good excuse. But like, how does Carrie deal with all these, big, you guys were pretty damn far away. And
How did you swing that?
So I think you kind of hit it on the head first. I think like because this was already a very established thing that we've been doing for a while, it was kind of like not that would hold her back. I mean, like that was just like a small piece of what may have helped.
He's like
so golf
okay.
greater than kid.
Just to be
Got
clear,
it.
he's walking on eggshells
Yeah,
right now.
he's
just
like
going
really trying to be careful with his
trying not to
words.
lose more points, right?
Wait, I think what you're saying is that you just went into debt on points to do this thing.
I
Yeah.
think another,
and you might not even know
I think
that.
another big thing though, maybe
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But I'll say another thing, and this was something me and Carrie dated for 10 years, like before I proposed,
Yeah.
or 9 years before I proposed. So I was able to vet a lot lot
So the contractual.
how
So
things
like
were
when you
gonna go.
proposed, you like had her sign a contract that
Did
said
not.
you'll always be a
I
labor.
could just
She is a
see-
lawyer.
You could just, I just knew like, okay, for example, like, okay, so she grew up on a golf. She grew up in Deer Creek, like born and raised, dad and brother and even mom, like mom and dad now, dad's just retired. They played like every single day.
Got
they
it.
play golf
Yeah,
every day.
nice.
So Carrie like grew up thinking or knowing or understanding like, hey, like golf's kind of, it's a big deal. It's a family thing. It's like, hey, her dad would go on trips and stuff like that. So she just knew, like she was around.
So you have, which is a great situation to be in, half-priced golf redemptions. He can redeem
That's
golf
redeem- yeah.
for less
Less pointage.
points
That's correct.
than
Yeah.
any
That's
of us
correct.
could.
Like someone that, some
I
people
have a full point allocation. If I want to play golf, it's a full point allocation because that's just a 5-6 hour absence.
if not
Yeah.
double points.
So
I need
like,
to pull
wouldn't
out a
take
credit
me-
card
It
for-
wouldn't take me long to explain why the golf round took 6 hours.
Yeah.
Right? Because like she would get
Talking to the mic.
Talking on the mic.
okay. Like she would understand. Hey, it was slow. Like I don't have to explain what
Yeah,
that means.
yeah,
Like she,
yeah.
and again, I think, and here's some advice: take your wife golfing, like or your like girlfriend or significant. I know now it has its other sides, but it has its perks, and the
Emily
perks
fucking
are
hates it.
Megan's good at golf.
Emily fucking hates
Megan's
it.
So-
beaten me in golf at least
But-
more than once.
for me, like
not surprising.
I've gone out with Carrie golfing, and it has been a slow day, and so now she's seeing, hey, like I'm not out here, dude. Are you enjoying yourself right now, sitting here behind these
Also,
Jack's
you're
Kind her
like,
parents.
also you're
Damn it, Whitmire.
you're also recommending people go golfing with their significant other, but like with kids, like how do you imagine that going? Are you just recommending it for people that don't have kids?
Well, with kids, it's a whole different. Wait, hold on, that's different. Now I will say, I want to say, no, I don't think we've done that yet.
Golf clubhouse babysitting
Yes.
service,
So,
$1 million
hold
idea.
Yes,
yeah,
100%.
I wouldn't say do
Indoor
it
golf
with,
course.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So Tiff hates golf, but the thing that we talked about today, because I went and hit golf balls this morning because Tiff was off. She let me go for like an hour when it first daybreak.
Okay, nice.
The fact that Deer Creek just added in all those cabanas at the pool,
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
I was like, Tiff, this pool's looking nice. I could have you and the baby
It's
come
awesome.
hang out in a cabana, and then I just kind of disappear for 4 or 5 hours.
They've also started a Thursday, like a evening thing where they have like childcare.
Yeah, I've played in it. Yeah.
Oh, how was that? See, I haven't done that yet. Was it legit? Like, was your
Yeah.
wait?
on a
Stiff didn't
second.
golf, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah. So it's just 9. It's just 9 holes, and
Yeah.
it's you just kind of it's pretty. You just pick your own games. So like we
Yeah.
ended up doing I think just skins
Okay.
or something like that. So you can play for a little bit, and then they have every other Thursday, I think it is.
Yeah, something like that.
And they'll do like one week they had a clown that they were doing stuff with, like face painting and stuff. You could bring your kids. 1 week they had a bounce house.
Yeah.
So they got
My
all
kids
kinds
don't
of
walk
different.
yet, so
You can still
just gonna
throw them in the bounce
Yeah,
house.
you just let them pop like
throw them in there and let them pop around like
hey,
your popcorn
clown.
at the hospital.
Hey clown, watch my kid. I'm gonna play the front 9.
E9.
There you
Yeah.
go. There we go.
I was like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. When it comes to like points in golf, like I've been told that I am not allowed to golf on the on the weekends. I can because like one perk of my job is like I take customers golfing, so like I get to play some nice courses and stuff, and it's
Yeah.
all expensed through work and stuff. So I still get to golf,
Right.
And like when I'm really getting the itch, I'll just like call a customer, and be like, hey dude, like let's go play golf next week. Man. Like,
Tell me there's a tournament. this
yeah, like
weekend.
there's got to be something going on.
Well, hey,
But
hey,
like
well,
I'm
let me-
not allowed to golf on the weekends. But I did get told today that like the points value and everything. So I was told that when I build her a pool, then I can golf again on the weekends.
My
Pool points.
goodness.
Pool points.
That is
Incredible.
that is not
Bad.
good.
Bad.
That's like the people that say, "No, dude, like my credit card gives me 2% cash back. So like the more I spend, the more I make."
Yeah, duh.
No.
2.2%.
I'll tell you what. If you
Shout
take
out
that
so
deal, Caleb Hammer would be pissed at you.
That's true.
Not if I can afford it.
Have you watched Caleb Hammer Financial Audit YouTube? Or
No.
Oh man,
Oh,
we'll
I'm
show you
addicted.
after the pod.
I'm
Oh,
interested.
he
in that.
rips.
So
people.
just imagine, this is the way that I like to paint the picture. Just imagine Trey just yelling at children about finance
Okay.
and just cussing them out. It's the funniest
So
thing.
it's like
I've ever seen.
a rant.
Most, in fairness, most of the people on that show are idiots, though.
Real
Like
dumb.
they have
Real
like
dumb.
$15,000 in credit card debt, and like they own a car with a $30,000 loan, and
What's
the
the
car
guy?
only costs
What's the guy that yells
$18,000.
at people? Like is
Dave
it
Ramsey.
That's Dave Ramsey.
Is he like
Yeah.
this?
He's
is
like
he-
the
way
young
funnier, way
version
funnier.
of Dave Ramsey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'll
super
check 'em out.
funny.
But yeah, I was told if I build Emily a pool, then that's when I'm allowed to start golfing on the weekends again.
Wow.
Just
Wow.
build her a really small pool.
I bought one from Target.
Ah,
$22.
there you go. That's great.
No, that's awesome.
That's a good investment.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else we want to get into? I know, Will, we hadn't had a chance to like talk about a ton of different topics, but did you enjoy your time on the pod?
I really did, man.
There you go.
I've wanted to be on it because you guys are my friends, and I'd like to see you guys. Like the conversation's always good. It's funny. You
That's
guys do a
kind of how
good
this whole
job.
thing started. Like,
Yeah, just a
it was
reason.
like
to
we were
hang
just like
out.
sitting around and we were like, hey, we want another reason to hang out and
Yeah.
watch Thursday night football or basketball. And it's like, oh yeah, let's just say we're doing a podcast.
Yeah, and it reminds me a lot of like what we're kind of doing with our golf thing, where it's like it starts off like it's something you have fun with anyways, and it's like, man, like
Yeah.
where can this go? Like we don't need to hold ourselves back, and so this is like really official. I mean, like people watching, man.
It's
This is
there's
really-
actually
this
there's,
is-
there's like actually people that watch this podcast that like we don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We had
it's
It's
awesome.
weird to think that
Yeah.
people do.
This is
we
great.
had 500 downloads this month
Did you really?
of just the audio in 30 days.
That's awesome.
So
That's awesome.
it's
in multiple countries, which is also very
Yeah.
weird.
It's growing.
Like,
we're
It's
in
growing. It's exploding.
we're in every continent except for Africa. I just saw that the other day.
No, and also Antarctica.
Nope, there's a guy.
Oh, really? That one?
No.
Oh, man.
He's using a VPN. He's from Chicago.
He's a VPN to Antarctica.
No, that's great.
I will say, yeah, we could definitely get you back on and talk to you up whenever, because I'm sure you have a lot of stuff. But give us maybe one or two of your top, landmark moments so far that you've experienced in being a dad so far.
Top landmark moments. I would say one. I mean, you're kind of on the spot here, but one that like kind of really comes to mind is because you guys know I coach basketball, so it was like really really cool when Carrie brought him to like the first time she brought him to a game.
It's cool. Yeah.
Just kind of something that because you alluded to, you don't want to rush because every dad thinks about the first time they're going to pitch their son a baseball, but we don't want to like get there yet, right?
Yeah.
And so for me, because I'm a basketball guy, I've always like kind of thought about, man, like if I am fortunate enough to have a son or even a daughter or a child, I want to like play basketball with them. So like it was a surreal moment for him to be in the gym at my game, with my wife, and that was just like a really cool moment. So like I don't even know if we won or lost. I don't even care, but I just remember during warm-ups she walks in and comes behind the bench, and I got to like turn around and give him a kiss and give her a hug, and like that was just everything. So that was a cool moment for me.
That is cool.
That's like when your kid hits the ball off the tee for the first time. You're like,
yes,
dude,
let's go. He's going to the league.
Yeah, it'll probably be like way cooler too when he like actually understands what's going, or not understands like the game, but like knows like, oh, I'm watching my dad work. Like this is super cool.
For sure.
Like it'll probably like hit you with a whole different rush.
Well, I came from a
emotions.
family of coaches.
Yeah.
Right? So like that's like it. Like I got pictures of my dad coaching football, and I'm running around the football field with like I'm this big with the oversized helmet and all that stuff. So like I just kind of always picture like at some point he'll have a big basketball that's bigger than his face, and he's trying to like dribble and run around and stuff. So
Ivy's now just to the age. Last time I went in the pool where he like wants me to pick him up so he can dunk the basketball in the pool basketball hoop.
Yeah, cool.
He's like obsessed with it.
That's awesome.
That's his new. That's like the new thing. He like you cannot do it enough times. You can do it 1,000 times. It's not enough.
So I would say
that's one. That's one landmark.
That was one landmark. I think the other landmark was probably the obvious one. Like the first time just coming home and whenever it happened, realizing, hey, I'm
that for me was
I have a whole thing to take care of.
That was a freak out moment for me when we both got in the car and it was just me, Megan, and Ivy, and I'm like, yo, like we had like bumpers up while you're in the hospital. Like you have people helping you got like professional nurses to like help you.
Right.
And then they just like hand you a child and they're like, go. I don't remember that as like a landmark happy moment. I remember that as like oh, what the hell? You just trusted me with this kid. I don't know what I'm doing. I was like freaking out a little bit.
Yeah, it was,
and then we came back to this house. This is the first night in this house was the first night with Ivy. So like we came.
You're in a house they don't even know.
Yeah, when we you don't know this, but we were in an Airbnb. We were in a rental. They kicked us out of the rental, so we were in an Airbnb the week leading up to going in for labor, and then we moved into this house as soon as we came home from the hospital. So while we were in the hospital, we did not have a home at all. All our stuff was already moved in here, and my designer that was helping us with the house was, while we were in the hospital, was unpacking and setting stuff up. So like our bed would be like,
you could at least,
so we'd have sheets to like lay on when we got home.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
So
is
I was like, my mind was completely not in the same place that yours was. Yeah. I was like, what is going on, dude? Like I got this house. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, like
that cool.
that, like I remember that feeling too, but it was like, I kind of had the same reaction as Trey where it was like crazy because we had so many people here helping us for the first week that they were born that it was like, okay, my parents leave, then Emily's parents go away for the weekend. Like the first weekend where it was like just me and Emily trying to figure it out with two newborn kids. It was like, what do I do?
Right.
Like,
because you think
what the hell's going on
think
here?
that the other people are like experts also. You're like, well, my parents raised me, so they're an expert. And they're like, they did it, 3 times 35 fucking years ago. Like they're not experts in like, you know what I mean? Like, they're not actually experts, but like it makes you feel like you have that
more comfortable.
Very
I'll
comfortable.
say, like, did you guys all know did you guys know the gender?
Yeah. I mean, I mentally knew, but our gender reveal wasn't until like 2 weeks before we did. The nursery was decorated like the like the gender. So we did a gender reveal before we went into the hospital.
Okay.
But only like for 2 weeks did we know beforehand.
And I was here for
Yeah.
years, that was pretty cool. That was
Yeah.
pretty cool. I've never seen that was
Yeah.
just an awesome.
We had
Yeah,
no
I'm
idea.
still picking up
Even-
confetti.
Yeah.
Good.
We didn't know. So that was I guess
Oh, wow, yeah.
we found out.
How is that not a landmark?
No, yeah, that's,
Yeah,
I
that's
told
like-
you on the
Okay,
spot.
okay,
That's
okay.
like, I was
Yeah,
like, I knew I was missing. That was probably
That's
Wow,
wild.
landmark number
Like,
one.
dude,
Hold
know
on.
what it
Landmark
was.
That's
one.
wild.
Landmark one. Basketball is pretty cool. Landmark 3 when I met my son for the first time.
Yeah, that
All
was
right,
three.
nice.
That was
I
third on my
could,
mind.
I could never do that. Like just completely like, oh, here's your baby. It's a
Yeah,
boy.
Megan
Yeah.
wants to do that if we have another kid.
It was as difficult as you think. I mean, it
Yikes.
wasn't like it was. There was I want to say when we got to like 7 months.
Was your registry just like a bunch of like beige stuff?
Yeah, it was just kind of
Like gender
the
neutral
stuff that every
Yeah.
baby would need. But there was about at 7 months, I cracked like 7.5. I was like, Carrie, like why, like what are we doing? You know,
Like, why are we torturing ourselves?
This is so much
People
worse.
that do that are
no,
psychos.
so I
Mickey Miller,
tried
psycho.
to break down, and she kept it strong, and I'm so glad she did because that was a really cool moment.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So.
I'll
But
tell
if it
you-
was a girl, it would have been less cool, right, guys?
Exactly. I'll tell you, it's really weird. I feel like I had a different experience than you guys because when we got home, I felt like it was almost a sense of relief just because of all of the shit that went down and
Yeah,
like,
true.
going to the other hospital and like not knowing what the hell was going on and then just
Yeah.
being there and then also getting those like learning experiences in the NICU. It's like we already had kind of a little bit of a basis down. And then when we got home, it was like, all right, we made it. Like he's healthy enough to be here. So once we got home, I was telling them, they always joke about it because I always would say like, it's honestly easier than I thought it would be just because I think it's all because that first day was so shit and stressful that like by the time we got home, it did feel easier because it was just like,
I think we're all like
Yeah.
dudes that like just don't understand emotions. So like when we felt
Also
them,
that.
we're all like, "This is weird. What is
weird.
this thing?
What the hell's going on?
What, am I happy? Am I gonna take a shit?"
I feel like I could use a beer, but I don't think that I should. But all right, well, Will, thanks so much for coming on. You know, we loved having you. Hopefully, you had a lot of fun too.
Absolutely.
We'll definitely be calling you. I mean, Abs kind of just is the beer stick guy.
We'll
Obviously,
shout-
we can do it. So
next time you wanna promote the golf tournament, we'll bring you on again, and
That'd be great.
We'll organize it a little better. Get a couple
Yeah.
clips. Maybe get a couple clips on
Yeah,
there.
we'll
We'll get you guys some stuff.
We'll
Yeah,
get some,
absolutely.
clips
Yeah.
and we'll try and actually have a plan maybe of what
Yeah.
we might talk about. Just
Probably
just
not.
highlight
Maybe
points.
maybe I'll bring some gear. I mean,
There we go.
If you want to
You
be
know?
an official, if you
Hey.
can
If
be
you
an
want to be,
official
you guys can
sponsor,
be a sponsor.
yeah, no,
we'll throw your
maybe-
logo on there.
Yeah, maybe we
Yeah.
maybe we can
Get us-
partner
wrap
some
it
stuff.
out.
Get us like some hats and
We
we'll
love
throw
it,
your
yeah.
logo on there.
and we do have 5 microphones, so you could just come even if Abs is here.
that's true.
Yeah.
So
No,
We have a
seriously, that'd be
fifth mic
great. Yeah, no, please have me back. I enjoyed it.
absolutely.
And let's go watch this T-Wolves game because I got a lot of money on it.
Yeah,
Wait,
Chucky
what's the
said
over under right now? What Luca has right now?
Luca. Well, we
We
know.
know he had.
We know he
I
had 20.
in the first quarter. So I
20
want
first
to.
quarter. I'm gonna say over 40.
He's got over 40.
Over
Yeah.
32.
I was gonna say 37.
I think he's over
gonna be just
Okay.
over 32. I don't think
What
he's
what
at
quarter
40
are we
yet.
assuming that it is?
middle
right
of the third.
Middle of third,
yeah.
yeah.
now? Middle third. That sounds about
We've
right.
done this
Yeah.
enough times to know where we're
You
going
guys,
to
you guys are real degenerates. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Approximately 3 minutes and 30 seconds
Yeah.
left in the third
Oh,
quarter.
you're like, oh, Will, no, I started
Yeah.
the timer.
Trust me, we've done this a few times.
That's
all right?
awesome.
We
Yeah.
know when this game's going to be.
But and Chucky said that Edwards was that fucking guy. So
He did, yeah.
He might be done being that guy tonight.
Shout out Chucky. That was our
Shout out
giveaway.
Chucky. Yeah,
Chucky
all
boy.
all the stuff has come in. That's getting sent out ASAP. We got everything ready to be sent out. So that will
Let's
be
see
coming
some
soon.
Auburn freaking frat bros beer stick.
Chucky
Poor
was-
damn Eagle.
Chucky was our giveaway winner on Instagram.
Yeah.
I would wish I could be happy for him, but I'm not because I submitted. So no, it is next
tough.
time. Next time.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
enough,
yeah.
not enough interaction, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you know what you can do? You can just go on the Bierstick website, use the code DADVICE, and get 20% off.
20% off.
Bingo. And on that
Bingo,
note,
bingo, bango, bongo. All right, see you guys later.